When I was younger, I was down bad. I remember one day waking up and the first thing that I did is I went on Instagram to see pictures of my crush. Yes, that was me. The kind of guy who would like go and watch picture and obsess over a girl. Well, that day I went on her account and I see that she has a boyfriend. My heart starts to beat fast. I'm stressed, I'm anxious. I feel like an absolute loser. I am heartbroken. And that day, I go in my washroom, I just look myself in the eyes. I feel disgusted, I feel ashamed and embarrassed of my life, of the way that I am living. I obsess over a girl. I had no goals, no purpose whatsoever. So that day, I just have enough. I start to beat myself, I start to cry because I feel so shit about my life. Later that day, I was invited to a party by some friend. And so what I do is I put a nice shirt. You know, I'm trying to look professional, I'm trying to look good. I go to the place, I enter the doors, and I can see everyone in little groups talking to each other, laughing, and I just feel out of place. I feel awkward. I feel like I don't deserve to be around people. I'm trying to look good with my shirt, but it is just loose on my arm. I just feel like an absolute loser. I have to put a mask on for people to actually appreciate my presence, for people to like me. I feel invisible by girls and they never ever look at me once. That day, something clicks in my mind. It's just enough. I have to change. I have to get in shape. So what I do is I take the car and I go to the gym. I leave this party because I just feel out of place. But as soon as I see what's inside the gym, I told myself that I would never ever go back there, and the reason was simple. You see, it was packed with people. There was a line to go to the bench, the leg press. Every single machine were used, and I wasted hours out of my day. Like, imagine this. There's literally 3 people in line waiting for the bench, for the person to get off the bench. And at that moment, I knew for a fact it wouldn't work for me. It would not work whatsoever. So what I did is I came back to my house. I had the same body that I hated, that I felt disgusted by, that I felt embarrassed in. And at that moment, I knew for a fact I had to find another solution. So what I did is I started to make some research. What is the solution instead of going to the gym? And I found out about home workouts. It would just be perfect because it would allow me to build the best shape of my life and also to attract girls. And so at that moment, I buy every single thing I need in order to work out from home, and I start to work out every single day because I am just sick of this body. I am sick of my life. I know for a fact I have to change. I don't want to live my whole life as a complete loser, and it is just perfect. I am able to get in the best shape of my entire life. You know, I remember being invited to this party after working out for about 6 to 8 months. I enter the doors and I have a tight shirt on my arm. I just feel good. I feel great. I feel like girls are actually looking at me. They hold my eye contact. That night, I just feel amazing, and it is just completely different from when I was younger. Out of nowhere, I start to date beautiful girls. Men actually respect me. They respect the body that I have built. You know, after a while of working out, I went on a trip and it was just completely life-changing. I always felt confident about my body. I remember one day I saw this beautiful girl in the sea. So I told myself, you know what? I've worked hard on this body. I'm deciding to go and talk to her. I talked to her and I can see that she is attracted to me. It goes incredibly well. I did her for the whole week and I absolutely love my experience. It is the first time, or at least one of the first time, that I actually experienced this. So will you get girls if you get jacked? Absolutely. Absolutely you will get girls. Absolutely you will feel confident. Absolutely men will start to respect you. It will change your life forever. It will be the lowest hanging fruit for you right now to build muscle mass, to get in the best shape of your life. And you know, recently I was on Instagram and I said this comment of this fat fucking loser. This guy said that if you train, you're fat phobic. Like, think about the ignorance. Think about the sheer stupidness in that person. If you train, you're fat phobic. That is, honestly, I just started to laugh, but at the same time, I felt sad because we are a tribe of men who are sick of being average. And there's evil people out there that will always try to keep us down. But I want you to understand something. We are not like them. We are not like these fucking crabs, always try to pull other people down whenever we try to accomplish something. No. Because for hundreds of years, humans have been in incredible shape. And now that most of the population is fat, we shouldn't train. That is bullshit. And I know you agree with me because you are part of my tribe. You are part of this movement. And this is not just a cute little YouTube channel. This is a fucking movement. I want you to understand that we want to be the best version of ourselves, not only physically, but also mentally, because with a strong body comes a strong mind, of course. And just real quick, before I continue with the video, I just want to tell you that if you want to build the dream body, if you want to get far more attractive to girls, all from home, I'll click the link in the description. But anyway, let's go back to the video. But I don't have any equipment. I don't have much money to spend. I can go to the gym. I can do this, do that. You know, you don't need any of that. When I first started to work out, I had no bench. I had nothing to work out. And I started with squats, push-up, leg raise. I started with body weight exercise. I would do it every single day, and it allowed me to build an incredible base, better than 95% of the world out there. So don't try to find this as an excuse. Don't tell yourself, oh, you know, I'll just start next year because then I'll have more money. Or, you know, I don't have much time now, so I'll just start next year because then it will be. No. We are not fucking procrastinators. We are not like them. We are action takers. We are sick of being average. We are sick of being awkward around girls. And I want you to actually take action. This will change your life forever. So start to do your push-up, start to do your squat, your leg raise. I don't care if it's 5 squats, 5 push-up, 5 leg raise. I want you to do this right now. Put pause on this video, go and do this. This will change your life. And once again, I don't care if it's just a little bit. I just want you to get the momentum going. I just want you to get going, and then you will see that your life changed. Then you will see results with girls. Men will start to respect you. But I need you to take action. I need you to take this seriously. You know, each week I would put a challenge up. I would tell myself, today you are doing 300 push-ups. I would force myself to achieve it. Same for the squat. Then the next week I would put the challenge up. Today you are doing 350 push-ups. I would force myself to achieve it. Now I did the leg raise every single day. I would do 3 sets of failure. I would do it until I felt like I had a knife in my abs. I felt like my abs were burning and I just couldn't do it anymore. I want you to do these 3 exercises every single day until you have access to the equipment. And trust me, it will change your life forever. Don't try to find any excuse. I won't hear it. Don't tell yourself, oh, I just start tomorrow because then, you know, I'll have more time. I had a big day of work. I want you to take action. I want you to go and do this right now. You are part of us. Well, prove it to yourself. Prove to yourself that you will take this seriously, that you are sick of living this shallow life. So go and do this right now. Now, what is actually needed in order to work out from home? When I first started to work out, you see, I had no bench and my workouts were not the best. I would do a bunch of weird body weight exercise. I would do like all these exercises on the floor. I would try to do the bench press on the floor, but it simply didn't work. And so I bought a bench and it was just completely life-changing. It allowed me to do every single exercise that I ever wanted to do. Now it is the first thing needed in order to work out from home. But you see, there was a massive problem. I would do all these bodyweight exercises, but I didn't see myself gaining as much muscle as I wanted. And of course, we should always start with what we have. If you don't have access to the equipment, well, start with the exercise that I told you. But I bought dumbbells and it was just completely life-changing. It allowed me to do every exercise. It allowed me to build muscle mass way faster than before. So it is the second thing needed in order to work out from home. Now, when I was younger, you see, I was completely weak. I couldn't even do 1 pull-up and I just felt like a boy. I felt weak. I didn't feel like a real man. And at that moment, I was absolutely sick of that. So what I did is I bought the door frame pull-up bar. This equipment changed my life forever because it allowed me to do the pull-up, the chin-up, which are 2 great exercises that got me in incredible shape, but also got my strength up. So it is the third thing needed in order to work out from from home. Now the fourth thing that I bought is a mirror because I had no way to see if I was doing good form or bad form. So it is the fourth thing needed. But I don't have any money. How do I find this without spending what you don't need to spend a lot of money? You know, I bought my bench on Marketplace for about $4. So I want you to go and do this right now. If you find any excuse, get them off your mind. Get them off your mind because they do not serve you. They do not serve you. We are action takers. We are a tribe of men who are action taking, and I want you to understand this. You don't need to spend a fortune. You don't need to spend a lot of money to have your home gym. Go on Facebook Marketplace and find everything that you need in there. Now imagine this. I was this guy who was out of shape, who was getting no respect from men whatsoever. I looked horrible in clothes. Girls were not attracted to me whatsoever. And that day, I just had enough. So what I did is I started to make some research. I started to make some research for the best shape to build out there, and I found out about the V shape. This shape changed my life forever. It allowed me to be far more attractive to girls. Men actually respected the body that I had built. And so what I did in order to target that shape is I focused on the back, the upper pec, the side delts, the neck, and the lower abs. And now let's talk about some exercise that I do every single day in order to target these 5 parts of the body. For the back, since I first started to work out, I did the pull-up every single day. And the reason was simple. I wanted to have better strength. But after a while, it wasn't even about the strength. You see, I just saw a massive back transformation. And the back is very, very important in order to have the V shape because it is basically the base of the V shape. So I started to do the pull-up every single day. And once again, it was life-changing. It changed my shape a lot faster than I thought. So it is the first thing that I do is the pull-up. Now, the second part to target is the upper pec. But when I was younger, I would do a lot of push-up. I wasn't a fan of that exercise because it focused on the lower part of my chest and it gave me a look that I just didn't really want, if I'm being honest with you. And so what I did is the decline push-up. I would put my feet on a bench, on a chair, and then I would do the push-up, and it was just perfect. It allowed me to build a masculine upper chest, and it was just incredibly powerful. It enhanced the V shape. So it is the second exercise that I did, and I highly suggest you do it too. Now the third part to target were the lateral raise. And when I was younger, I struggled a lot to grow my shoulder. I would make a bunch of research on internet. The best shoulder exercise, but nothing worked. And I was just sick of that. I wanted to have big, massive shoulder. Eventually, I asked one of my jacked friends, how do you build massive shoulder? Mine won't grow. And he told me that he wouldn't train him once a week like I was doing, but every single workout. So I started to do the lateral raise every single day. And it was just completely life-changing. I highly suggest you do that exercise. It is the third thing that I did. Now the fourth part to target is the neck. The neck is an incredibly powerful part to target because it will always be shown. Even if you have clothes on, people will tell that you work out if you have a huge neck. It is extremely important. But when I was younger, I had this skinny neck that I absolutely hated. That was the reason men did not respect me whatsoever. Women were not attracted to me because I didn't look masculine. So I started to make some research and I found out about the neck curls. There's 2 ways that I started to do the neck curls. I would do it laying on my back where I'd put the weight on the front of my head and it would target the front part of my neck. And I would also do it laying on my chest where I'd put the weight on the back of my head and it would target the back part of my neck. I did these 2 exercises every single day. And once again, it allowed me to build a big neck, a massive neck. I looked way better in clothes. I looked way more masculine. And it is just a great exercise that I highly suggest you do as well. When I was younger, I hated my life. I hated my body. And the reason was simple. I didn't have great genetics. I didn't have the six-pack that I always dreamed to have. So I started to make some research on the internet. 6-pack abs workout guaranteed. I would try the 1-hour workout. I would look at my abs, but I still didn't have what I wanted. I saw no results whatsoever, and I was just sick of that. So what I did is I started to train them just a little bit every single day, 5-10 minutes. And guess what? In 2 3 months, I saw a massive difference. Now, I want you to understand this. In order to build a six-pack, you will need to train them just a little bit every single day. And this is how you will build your dream body. This is how you will build your six-pack. Now what I do are 50 leg raise and then 10 hanging leg raise. And the reason why I do these two exercises is because it targets the lower part of my abs, and that is the part to target in order to build the desired six-pack abs. Whenever I would work out, I would always have these negative thoughts in my mind. I would always tell myself, you are not an athlete, you shouldn't train, oh just start tomorrow, just start next week, because if you start on a Monday, it will make things real. Oh just start tomorrow, you had a big day of work. I always had these negative thoughts, these loser thoughts that were always keeping me down. And the reason was simple. My identity was of this complete fucking loser. I wanted to have the best dream body, but my identity was simply not aligned with it. And so what I did is I started to forcefully change my identity. I would tell myself, you are an athlete that is extremely constant. I would repeat that. And my mind started to accept it. It started to create a new identity for me, and it was just far easier for me to stay constant. It was far easier for me to stick with my workout because it was just part of me. It was part of my identity. Before, I was always swimming upstream because I was pushing against my action. But now it was completely life changing because my identity was pushing my action forward. I want you to forcefully change your identity, forcefully put positive thoughts in your mind. Tell yourself, I am an athlete that is extremely constant. I never cheat on my diet. Repeat that. And eventually, I promise, it will change your life forever. It will actually allow you to build your dream body because your identity will push your actions forward. This is extremely important, and I want you to take action. Forcefully put positive thoughts in your mind, forcefully change your identity, and you will build your body way faster than I did. Now listen, you should feel proud of yourself for getting on that path because like I said, 99% of the population are fucking fat losers, eating McDonald's, being fucking losers, but we are not like them. You know, this is not just a cute YouTube channel. This is a movement. This is a mission of men who are sick of being out of shape, who are sick of being average. I understand that because I've been there, and it is extremely painful. You should feel proud of yourself. You should feel proud for getting on that path because like I said, you are one of the rare ones. I wish you an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video.